Why is it that we can focus for hours on video games, but most people can't even study for 30 minutes? Well, it's because video games are literally engineered to be enjoyable and engaging, both of which studying completely lacks. That's why I'm going to show you how I took the parts of video games that make them so addictive and used them to literally get straight A's. That's right, not only did I get straight A's, but I actually enjoyed studying for those A's. Let's go. Enemy scaling. In video games, enemies scale to your level. Like in Breath of the Wild, at first bokoblins are red, but as you play through the game they change colors, signifying that they're getting stronger. If all the enemies in Breath of the Wild were the highest tier, silver, from the beginning of the game, it wouldn't be fun. You'd just keep dying and eventually give up. But if enemies were too weak, the game would be boring. Games are great at hitting that sweet spot of keeping the gameplay not too hard, but not too easy. So how do we apply this to studying? Well, once you've started a new concept, don't just skip to the final question. Start small and work your way up. Don't be like some of my classmates who answer one easy question, think they understand everything, and then skip straight to the hardest questions. Instead, you want to challenge yourself just enough. Slowly increase the difficulty each time. Not only that, but you want to be aware of how you're actually progressing. If you finish a set of medium difficulty questions and get most of them wrong, there's no point in jumping to the hard ones. Find more medium questions to better develop your understanding, and then move on to the harder ones. I can't stress how important this is because school is terrible at scaling difficulty. Everyone gets the same questions regardless of where they're at. So it's up to you to adjust the difficulty and keep yourself in the sweet spot. Track progress. Yes, school does this, kinda. Every quarter or term you get a grade, but that's just like playing a video game that gives you a score every 300 hours. It's just straight out dumb. One of the most satisfying parts of games is seeing your progress. Your levels going up, your stats increasing, unlocking more weapons and skills. Video games constantly tell you, hey, good job, you're getting stronger. Or congratulations, you completed the side quest. They positively reinforce your actions and communicate to you that you're improving. That's why tracking your progress while studying is so important. It will positively reinforce your actions and allow you to actually see that you're improving. But of course, you need something to track, a metric. Like how many flashcards you got right or how many questions you answered correctly in a session. That's your score. At the end of each of your study sessions, you should record how well you scored in that session. Simply record something like 20 out of 30 questions correct. Over time, as you continue to record, you'll see the numbers go up. You don't need to wait for a test result or a report card to know how you're doing. Instead, you can literally see and understand how you're tracking. Bonus points if you track by chapter or topic too. That way you can actually find your weak spots and improve them. Which brings me to the next point. Have a goal. Every video game has a goal. In Breath of the Wild, your current quest is always visible. You know what you're working towards and where you're heading. It's motivating and easy to understand. Your study sessions should be the same. Set an objective like answer 20 questions, complete 30 flashcards, or learn topic X. The point is to have a clear win condition so the session feels worthwhile. Which takes me to my next point. Make it easy. Video games intentionally make things as simple as possible. From their menu layouts to the mechanics of the game, the simpler it is, the easier it is for the player to pick up the console and play. Which in turn creates a better and more enjoyable experience because playing the game isn't a hassle. It's the same with studying. Make studying easy. Like with your goal, don't just say do maths. That's too vague. It could be any maths. Instead, make the studying session goal specific. That way you already know exactly what you need to do. Like complete Maths Chapter 3 revision sheet at 4 p.m. See how just in adding those details you know exactly what needs to be achieved and when. It's not just goals though, you need to make studying itself easy. Before you study, you already have everything you need set up. For me, I study in the morning, so the night before I ensure everything is ready to go. My water bottle's there, my pens, and any other equipment I need. My book is already open to the right page, and even my computer will already have the content open for the morning. I intentionally make it so that starting to study is as easy as possible. Make it a challenge. Games are fun because there's a challenge. Whether it's a difficult enemy or a challenging puzzle, video games are constantly testing your skills to see how much you've grown. And of course, you can apply this to studying. Anything that pushes you or forces you to lock in. One thing that I find works really well is setting a timer and trying to finish the questions before it goes off. This forces you to focus and work faster because it also ties in with Parkinson's law. Work expands to fill the time you give it. If you give yourself all day to study, it will take all day. Give yourself 1 hour, you'll get it done in 1 hour. I also like to keep track of my time taken to complete the sessions and try to beat it next time. Another way to make it a challenge is to compare scores with friends. A little friendly competition helps push people to be their best. It's why online video games are so popular. That's also why things like Kahoot, Lookit, and quizzes actually work to engage kids in school, because they gamify learning and turn it into a competition. Romanticize the work. When I'm playing a game, I put myself in the shoes of the character. I pretend I'm in their world. Sometimes I wish I was in their world. For me, I love everything about my favorite games, from the music to the graphics to the dialogue and even the mechanics. I literally romanticize the experience, and that just makes me want to play it even more. Studying should be the same. You've got to turn it into something you enjoy. All these tips I've given you in this video will help, but you need to make studying personal to you. For me, I like studying in the morning when no one else is awake and the sun is just starting to rise. I love listening to Lofi music as I study. I love making a warm drink that I probably forget is even there. I intentionally craft studying into an experience that I genuinely enjoy, even the very work itself. See, I used to hate schoolwork with an almost irrational passion, but one thing that really helped me actually enjoy the schoolwork was becoming curious about the stuff I was learning, which might sound difficult to you if you hate school right now, because it is. It's hard to go from hating school to being curious, but it's well worth it. What helped me was not only choosing subjects that I found genuinely interesting, but also forcing myself to be interested. It might sound weird, but if you struggle to be curious, then the best method I found is fake it until you make it. The video game mindset. Now, I actually think of school like a video game, which might sound weird, but if you've watched until this point, are you really surprised? For me, each question is an enemy I need to defeat. Each practice test is a mini-boss. Each exam is a final boss. Each assignment is a campaign or a quest. And my grades are my stats. The way you see the world can totally change how you feel about it. It might sound weird, but I'm telling you, this mindset worked for me. When I think of myself and other people I know who get the highest grades at my school, there's a few things in common. They're all ambitious, they all want to improve, and they all take their goals seriously. But bro, when you think about it, that's literally every gamer ever. Every gamer is ambitious. Gamers want to improve and keep leveling up both their own skills at the game and their character's level. And of course, all gamers take their goals seriously because they know they can and will achieve it. At the end of the day, gamers already know how to beat the top students. They just have to apply their video game knowledge and actually take action. If you find value in this content, then subscribe and join my free Discord community. Link in the description below. Keep your sword sharp. Bye bye.